Time to beat you again for the first time. Dr. Wily's gonna get himself a bushy brow beatdown right here in town on Mega Man The Wily Wars replay run. Let's get it going. Oh man. Been a while since we've taken you on. Or has it? You know, I don't really know how this time travel stuff works anymore. But I do know how those eyebrow waggles work, so get to it. There we go. And with that, I think we're set to take on this first fortress. Let's get it going. As we touch down, you might as well pull out Ice Slasher because we've got 3 big eyes back to back to back. The idea is simple. You freeze it, walk right under it. Pretty simple. So let's just freeze this big eye and get on. So let's just freeze this big eye and get on. So let's just freeze this big eye and get on with the, going. Thank you. First try. Nope. That one you could just hug the staircase right there where we just jumped up, but I'd rather just freeze it. It's easier, it's safer. After all, if you watch the preview video, you do remember that I kind of have this goal of trying to do at least one stage without getting hit. Will it be this one? Well, I mean, if you saw that video, you know the answer. But you know what? Don't worry about it. Right now, worry about getting past these pyres of fire without getting hit. Kind of annoying how you have to run to the very edge and make your jump. But don't worry. I've played Donkey Kong Country. I've played Crash Bandicoot. I know how to do that. Up the ladder is probably the easiest part of the stage to get hit. Sometimes those fleas just jump right through that firestorm. At least it was when I was retesting it just a little while ago. Not here, though, and that's a good thing. Once again, Ice Slasher can come in handy freezing the killer bullet, making this room a breeze, as long as you don't fall in the spikes. Don't do that. Once you've dropped down this ladder, whether you climb down it or not, you are going to fall, so be ready for that. Also be ready for the foot holders to take their pot shots. I'd much rather use Magnet Beam for this. Once again, thankful that we don't just fall straight down after walking off. Yeah, that would be a problem. Also, our Magnet Beam usage here is, well, it leaves something to be desired, but thankfully we had it near full anyway. Yeah. Need to get a little bit of work on that. Or do we? Because we're not going to be needing it much more. What we do want, though, is Thunder Beam, because, I think you all know who's next. Different kind of big eye. Well, the Yellow Devil's back. Now, note here that you will have to jump the first and third blobs, but, that's actually going to change in every pass from this point forward. Also note that occasionally during this fight, it's going to have bouts of slowdown. That's how the game works, but right there, second and third blobs now are the ones we have to jump over. It's not like that in the NES version. Now we could be using the pause trick, except, oh wait, again, this is the Sega Genesis version. That doesn't exist. But there is actually another trick you can use, and it's on the left side of the room, because you might notice that there was no door that shut down. So if you wanted to play this safe, you just run Mega all the way over to the left. That blob, even in the bottom left there, it won't hit you. The only thing is that when the Yellow Devil forms, you'd have to jump straight up, but you could still hit him with Thunder Beam from there. Like literally, you could stand in the left side of the room and be safe. But no, we're actually going to play this fair and square because we like showing off skill on here. It just feels right. But hey, you do what you gotta do. Meantime, we've got 5 of 7 hits on this guy, and I really do not like this slowdown when you're jumping the double blobs. It just does not feel natural. Again, that's in the normal game, so even the patch couldn't eliminate that. Bummer. Where's that Boomo? Anyway, I think we've given this Boomo enough Rumo, so one more shot, and you are going to be gone. Perfect. And with that, 3 more stages to go. Now, can we do this without messing up the next stage? That'd be nice. Ah! Okay. Just about 6 seconds in, and I nearly gave myself a heart attack when I was playing this last year. It's okay. We got through it. Somehow. Again there, we grabbed the health and we didn't have that extra slide step. That is one thing I am very thankful for because, again, if we were playing the original version, I probably would have collected that. Mega would have slid another couple steps for reasons unbeknownst to me, and he would have fell in the pit. Now for Cutman, the idea here is really just to hit him once, go back, you can hit him again there if you want, and then just keep running away from him to the wall. Eventually we'll get a little tired of this strategy because, again, it does take 28 hits now to defeat him instead of 10. If you want to speed this up, I recommend pulling out Firestorm because that does do 3 bars of damage to him. At least I think it's 3. It might be 2, but either way, it's faster than doing this. Still, the thing that always throws me off is when he does that Game Boy hop. In other words, the very short jump. I'm so used to him leaping high in the sky. Because if you don't, you might not give yourself enough room to get away from him. But, okay, we got through that pretty easily, just one hit. And we're going to get some health refills here, so, well, a health refill. So, nearly back at full. Muscle memory again telling me to slow down when running for those pellets just in case. Oh, cool, we did get to full health. This part's a little nerve-wracking to me because Electman, again, he fires more erratically, so I'm going to intentionally let Mega run into him instead of the Thunder Beam if I can. Yeah, because 4 bars of health is better than losing 10, especially considering the real danger in this level is near the end. No, it's not the Bomb-Oms, and that is a great name, I might add. Bomb-Om. Maybe it's Bomb-Bomb the way it's spelled. I don't know. We're gonna get ourselves an extra life if we want, but why? We're gonna be doing this in 1 life anyway, so nah. But if you did want it, use Magnet Beam for it, pending you have any left. This drop is unfair because you will fall right into those enemies just about every time if you're not ready for it. You don't get to hang on a ladder because there is no ladder after the transition. We're going to take the Magnet Beam because we're going to want that for Wily 4 to make sure we get that full refill. Down below, as long as you're quick enough, you can get through this room without taking any hits, and that's good because, like I said, this next little guy is a bit of a problem. Because remember, he's modeled after Electman's AI, and Electman's more erratic. And this guy is too. Copy, robot. Let's go. Honestly, the thing that just gets me on this fight is just how quickly he hops and wants to trap you. And he takes off a decent amount of damage per shot. Moreover, he doesn't always fire where he's supposed to, or at least where he used to. He'll always try to counter you. But the other thing is, if you fire when you're real close to him, he's going to start hopping on you, and oh my goodness, we barely got out of that one alive. Yeah, some of these bosses just feel like it's a race to the finish. And that one almost finished us off, but thankfully it didn't, because now we are pretty much smooth sailing is what I'm trying to say, at least through this stage, mainly because half of it's in water. We're not even going to worry about taking a hit here or there, because honestly, we just want to get through this as fast as we can and make sure we've got plenty of health for what's coming up. Is the water coming? You know it. But what you might not know is that we're kind of back to Mega Man 1 physics now. You don't get the high jump in water deal like we did in Iceman stage. Nope. Not that it really matters here. Just make sure you keep jumping over the pings and killer bullets. It's fine. It's going to be good. Keep up a good rhythm. It's not the exact same as the NES version, but it's close enough. And here we go. CWU 01P. The good thing about this fight now is that it only takes 8 hits from our Buster instead of 10 to pop a bubble. Moreover, you might notice that, well, you will notice eventually when CWU comes in from somewhere other than the left, that he now goes clockwise across the room when he enters. So, in other words, when he comes from the middle, I don't remember if that'll happen here. Again, it's been 16 months since I played this. Thanks, guy. There you go. Yeah, see? He just goes clockwise across the room instead of coming straight down at us. Now, granted, he's still pretty darn fast, but our block tosses are faster. Bye. And just like that, Mega Man 1 is almost done. On to the final stage. And it's in this final stage that I got to learn a very important fact about Mega Man. Should he get hit and fall on the spikes like that? Well, if this was the NES version, we would have exploded. That's right, exploded. Thankfully, the Wily Wars version corrects this, and you get invincibility frames. Because if we didn't there, we'd have been trying to no-damage run Wily 1 again. And I had done that a few times at this point because the boss after that with Copy Robot ruined a couple runs and sent us right back to the start. Thankfully, it's going to be the last big scare, at least in the stage, because we are going to play it very safe. No reason to make any more silly mistakes like that or let our guard down. Besides, the only thing we really have to worry about is a certain jump to a rail. And we just have to wait for it to show up, and unfortunately, it's going to take itself a good while to get here, so... Hey, how you doing? The weather good where you're at? Kinda hot here. Yeah. It is what it is. Anywho, should be coming just about now. And we are going to make sure we use Magnet Beam because these two jumps are very, very scary looking without that. I'm sure you can easily make them. I'm sure you can make them without using Magnet Beam. But yeah, we're going to take it safe because we want to make sure we get to the 4-boss beatdown with full health, full ammo. Here it comes. Again, remember that Bomb Man's going to jump towards you if you get too close instead of far away. This means you can sneak in quite a few hits, but if he does decide to drop a bomb on, he's probably going to hit you. Yeah. He got us a couple of times, but you know what? 2 is better than taking, well, 3 or 4. We knew what we were doing. And again, honestly, I always thought the first half of this gauntlet was worse than the second part. In Fireman's case, it's because I just cannot jump over the easier-to-dodge Firestorm, or find Mega jumping right into it. Yep, nearly half health. That's a little nerve-wracking. But thankfully, Iceman's pretty simple as long as you can jump over his one Ice Slasher shot you have to. And we are this time. And even if he were to shoot at us again, doesn't matter. His shots get erased upon defeat. And now we get to see why this Gutsman rematch is kind of easier. It's because Hyper Bomb detonates the moment it comes to a stop. Instead of giving you a couple seconds to wait, that makes things so much faster, so much simpler. I really like the change they made to Hyper Bomb in this game. It's not powered up levels of great, but it definitely at least gets upgraded to good. And now it's time for good versus evil because here comes Dr. Wily. Thankfully, things haven't changed up too much here. He's going to take a lot of pot shots with his little arm cannon. We've got Firestorm. Getting hit a little too much here, but it's fine, it's fine. Now, normally you'd think you'd want to switch to Rolling Cutter here, get a few hits per pass. But, no. Because guess what? Thunder Beam now, instead of doing 1 bar of damage per hit, actually does 4. And you can see that health bar going down pretty darn quickly. And I'm talking about Dr. Wily's and not ours, so hop out of that machine, Doc. I win. Yep. Man, that feels good to say. Feels like it's been a few years now. At least with my voice. But yeah, that's Mega Man 1. 1,000,000 points. None of them matter. Well, no need to worry about that. We've still got plenty of fights to come in this game. After all, Mega Man 2 and 3 still to go. But for now, at least, Mega Man 1 is complete. And I gotta say, it was a pretty good remake. After all, A lot of weapons got souped up. Not Super Arm, it's still bad. But, Hyper Bomb was made better. Thunder Beam even got an improvement, and it was already broken. And then you start thinking about the physics and how Mega Man doesn't slide when he grabs a pellet. Doesn't, die when he gets knocked in the spikes. I'm still thankful for that. I did not want to replay this run again. And, yeah, just all those little improvements add up. I think this one, well, maybe, you know what, there's one other game that probably competes with it on this. It's not 2, because Mega Man 2 was pretty darn good. And that one's coming up next time on Mega Man The Wily Wars Replay Runs. Hope to see you there. And I think Dr. Light's seen better days. Are you okay over there, dude? I think we should end the video here. Yeah.